basic polynomial division. In this first example, I started back with something that you really wouldn't remember from a prior course. And to be really clear, I'm going to write it out in factored form. So this is 2 times 5 and x times x times x. And this is 5 times x. I could put the multiplication dots in there. Now, when we divide, this is 5 divided by 5 is the number 1, and x divided by x is the number 1. The numerator is 1, excuse me, the denominator is 1, and the numerator is 2 times 1 times 1 times x times x. I'll write more than necessary to be clear, but really that's just 2x squared. Now, that's really basic polynomial division. Let's make it a little bit harder. If I put 10x cubed plus 5x squared all over 5x. The way division works with polynomials is this numerator goes underneath each term. So sometimes students want to just cancel like that or do something funky, and that's wrong. So division of polynomials, the denominator is the bottom. Think D for down, D press is down, denominator is the bottom, is underneath each term in the numerator. Now when you write them out like this, it becomes obvious that it's one of these. So you go 5 into 10 is 2, one of these cancels, that cancels, one of these cancel, and what I have left then is 2x squared plus x. Okay, so division of polynomials, put the denominator under each term. Now, the hard part is when we throw in some negatives and then students get a little confused. So let's do one of those. Now in this problem, I wrote it horizontally. We can see this is the numerator and this is the denominator. And remember from the last example, the denominator goes underneath each term in the numerator. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. Careful with the signs. I have negative 17. Where I'm going with this is a negative divided by a negative is a positive, and then these will simplify. Now this is a positive divided by a negative, so this fraction is going to turn negative. But then you're going to have subtract a negative, and that's going to be a plus. So that negative sometimes gets lost. So let's go slow and we'll get it. So first of all, let's simplify the u's. If I had u to the 1 on top and u to the 5 on bottom, the division would cancel out one of those. It's still leaving me with u to the 4th on the bottom. Now x to the 3 and x to the 3, those entirely cancel out and become 1. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so we have 17 on top and 3u to the 4th on bottom. And that's it for that term. Oops, just 17 over 3u to the 4th. Now, we're going to keep that negative sign right there, and we're going to do the same type of division here. Negative 3 into 24 is negative 8. And u to the 6th divided by u to the 5th, picture those written out. It would be u over u, whatever. 5 of these cancel with 5 of those, and there's still 1 left on top. X to the 3 divided into x to the 5 would cancel 3 of them, and you'd be left with x to the 2. So on the bottom, I just have 1 now. So that's, let's go ahead and write it to be clear. On the top, I have the negative 8, the u to the 1, you don't need to write the 1, and the x to the 2. Now, this is not a full credit answer because you've got 2 signs, a negative and a negative, right next to each other. So that needs to simplify down to a plus. So the full and correct answer then is here, 17 over 3u to the 4th plus 8, well, let's grab a little bit darker pen, plus 8 ux squared. Now, the thing that we all hate about polynomial division is, didn't it just look better before? But this is considered simplified. Okay.